rendition of the two national anthems out of the way. The players, I beg your pardon, will take us through the pleasantries, and then we will let you know the gentlemen who will be doing battle on the field, at least for the commencement of the game here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Officials are also just about ready, and this obviously will give us a very, very complete lineup of what will happen here this afternoon. Let's take a look at the Cote d'Ivoire team, and it looks like head coach has made a couple of changes to the team that played against Ghana. 𝗭𝗢𝗡 Fofana is in. Adama Some is also in, as well as Sohalio Bamba, and they're resting Tuali Silla, and of course Diabate. And so that's the first 11 for the Ivorians. They believe that the change in lineup and in personnel would score a positive result for them after that game against the Golden Black Starlets that resulted in a 1-5 loss for them. So Basiriki Diabate, the head coach, has responded for this second game. Let's see how that one goes for his side today. He's playing against quite a resolute Benin team, and Benin will also be coming into this game showing the might that they have. We'll take a look at the Benin team in just a second, but here officials will take the players through the modalities of the toss of the coin, and then we will know exactly which of the teams will be kicking off. It's an opportunity to share a moment with the referee Salisu Bashir from Nigeria. Will be the center referee Muhammad Yakubu Mahamoud, and Soma Yusuf from Burkina Faso are the gentlemen to give him the support, with our fourth official coming from Nigeria, Sadugu Ali Brahamu. Fourth official coming from Niger, and then of course our general coordinator Samira Na 𝗭𝗢𝗡 from Ghana. That's the lineup for the Beninois team, and again they're looking at showing some consistency in the competition as they look to progress to the next stage of the competition. Joining me in commentary position is Josiah Okoye. Josiah has been with us from match day one. He's watched all the games and so has tabs on the quality of the play that we've seen in the competition so far. Josiah.
Good afternoon, Prince, and it's just been exciting, so thrilling and fascinating to watch these kids, showcase to the world what they have. We really enjoyed the game since the opening game, which saw 6 goals in that particular 1-5 to Ghana and 1 to the Ivorian side, who are currently here again in battle to see if they can seal a place in the next round of this competition. But then also we've witnessed a goalless draw, which means that sometimes the floodgates could open, we would see goals, but then sometimes too, when these teams decide to be resolute in defense, that means we could see no goals at all.
All right, these are two teams that suffered losses in their first encounter, so obviously we will have to be going all out in this encounter. We'll take a look at how both teams fare in the first 45 minutes as our center referee Salisu Bashir gets us ready for commencement of proceedings here at the University of Ghana Stadium in Legon, as the WAFU Zone B under 17 AFCON qualifier is the second match of Group A, and it's Cote d'Ivoire who lost against Ghana, taking on Benin, who are yet to kick a ball. Formations in this regard differ a bit. A 4-2-3-1 formation will be employed by the Benin team, but Diabate is keeping to the 4-3-3. And here we go with the commencement of proceedings. It's La Cote d'Ivoire taking on Benin. La Cote d'Ivoire will be playing from right to left, sporting the all-white outfit. And that's the first touch from Amunan Jean-Marc. Jean-Marc once again tries to go forward. He's still going forward. He's got the opportunity. It's still Jean-Marc. Sends a crossing, but he goes straight to goalkeeper for Benin, Mohamed Kachakolo.
Good ball from Jean-Marc, Sergeant forward at the left-hand side. And we could be seeing him bumping forward, you know, in that volatile style all afternoon. That was what he was doing in the first game, but he was a bit limited by that very, very resolute Ghanaian defense.
It's a first free kick. Advantage will go to Benin. And the Beninois captain, Angelo, will leave that. It's a long ball in, tidied up nicely in defense by the Ivorian captain, Dan Dos Melos. Throw into Benin, quickly effected. And it's a game that we're going to see the youthful exuberance from these two sides, especially how they have adapted to the formation lined up by the coaches for 90 minutes. And it's a long pass there. Musa Kone gives the advantage to Benin.
In the first game, you'd say the Ivorians struggled to control the game. They just couldn't dominate because the Ghanaians didn't just allow them the time and space on the ball. They were always on them with that full press. You'd be thinking that maybe they are in with that same game plan, then they'll be hoping that it works to perfection for them this afternoon.
The Ivorians will be looking at relying on the presence of Dosso, their center forward. He's got some pace. But for now, the Ivorians under pressure. Here's Dosso. Just could not control the ball fair and square. It's taken over by Benin. Nicely done by Angelo, the captain, but they have an opportunity. Dosso has been dispossessed of the ball. And then there's a long ball forward. The Benin team now has an advantage to announce their presence, but just couldn't take the advantage. Tidied up nicely by Christ Yannick Kwasi.
He looks confident, despite conceding 5 in the first game. He looks pretty confident for me, Kwasi.
The Ivorian under-17 team has gone under a lot of transformation prior to the new technical team set coming in. Team was handled by former national goalkeeper Alain Guamene. Yes, the Ivorians coming forward. Faulty pass. The Beninois would have to look sharp in defense, and eventually it is cleared away by Ashrafu. Only as far as the Ivorian captain, but unfortunately Milos could not keep the ball in play. The Ivorians have the attention now. It goes all the way back to central defense, and then they spread play to the far side. Good thinking by these young lads, trying to keep the ball to themselves, and in the process trying to draw out their opponent. On the left-hand side is Amunan Jean-Marc. Pass through the middle. Jean-Marc gets a foot to it. It's an opportunity. The flag stays down.
What a miss. That was a huge miss from Dosso. Just should be finding the net with that one. And Jean-Marc said, lovely first-time ball to him. Dosso does well to get in front of the defender.
And eventually goalkeeper saves the ball. But that was an opportunity for the Ivorians. Ibrahim Dosso, clearly his body language says it all.
It was a glorious opportunity for the Ivorians to have gotten their noses in front and this cagey tie. Dosso, he will be biting his nails after that.
And clearly Jean-Marc has given clear indication that he loves to do the overlap. The chap in the number 3 shirt for the Ivorians. Meanwhile, it's tidied up nicely by captain for Benin, Akomonla. Free kick quickly effected. Benin tried to open up the game. Ivorians will stand tall and thwart any effort that will come their way. Ibrahim Dosso runs after that. Can he get to the ball? He's very quick on the break. This time the flag goes up. He's penalized for that unfair challenge.
And he feels he needs to make amends for that earlier miss. That big chance he should be scoring. And he's a hard-working striker, Dosso. Such a young, hard-working striker who can play across all front 3 positions. And in that game against the Starlets, we saw him interchanging, swapping positions at every point in time. He's very, very effective from anywhere. up front if he decides to strike from there.
Game will continue. It's only 5 minutes gone, but the Ivorians clearly have intentions of getting the first goal. On the left-hand side of attack is Dosso. Tries to cut through the middle. Lays on the pass. Dosso was expected to get to the ball early, but the reaction was faulty. That's a strong, good tackle. Referee says play on. Nicely done. The Ivorians keeping the ball to themselves. 𝗨𝟑𝟳 will be the link man in the middle for the Ivorians, the chap in the number 18 jersey, combining effectively with both defense and attack. They come forward again, this time again to the left. Jean-Marc gives the ball away this time around. Benin, can they take the advantage? It's a free kick advantage, but referee says it's Benin who have the free kick.
Yeah, and you can see what he does over here. Just trips him from the back. Unfortunately, he goes down for Fana.
No problems at all for goalkeeper Mohamed Kachakolo. Christ Yannick Kwasi picked up 5 balls from his net when they played against Ghana. His opposite number in your shot yet to do same.
And you could say it's due to the fact that they had just played their first game, Benin, but they really need to be careful. We've seen some dangerous, incursions from the Ivorians. They look determined. They really want to at least just claim all 3 points in this encounter.
The Ivorians spread the game once again, and that's the link man we spoke about earlier on as he comes forward. Yanis across the face of goal. Continuation is not there, but the pass is laid on. Captain threads it through. And this time is easily picked up by goalkeeper Kachakolo.
Again, is the overlapping run of Jean-Marc, the left back for Ivory Coast. Does so well to put that ball into the box. A very, very dangerous position. You can see another return ball into the box. Just being crowded with Benin jerseys.
Long drive forward. It looks like it's a free kick advantage given to Benin. Akomonla, the captain, went down. Yet another free kick to 𝗭𝗎𝗡𝗘. And again, clearly we're seeing traces of build-up football from these two sides as the Ivorians come forward. They're looking for their opportunity. And again, they try to go through Yanis. But he was stopped dead in his tracks. Nicely defended by Emmanuel Emile Zongo.
Played very well in the first game. Really gave a good account of himself together with his defensive partner. But today he's been paired with Yoboy, who earlier on in the first game played as a midfielder.
Nicely controlled by the Ivorians. They're looking at opportunities to come forward. And now the Ivorians have an opportunity. It's a one-on-one situation. He goes round his marker. Foot is stretched. It's going to be the first caution of the afternoon. And the threat from Ibrahim Dosso is on.
And no one at all. It's just a 1v1 situation. Dosso does so well. Very, very tricky. Dosso with those long legs just trying to go around Sabam. Sabam just had to do that. He had to trip him down because that could have been dangerous for Benin. It looks like they are treading dangerously because in the last 5 minutes, it's been all Cote d'Ivoire attack.
Opportunity for La Cote d'Ivoire. Confirmation of the yellow card show to Ashrafu. Kachakolo would have to organize the men in front of him. 5-man wall formed so far. But will that be enough? Behind the ball for the Ivorians is Musa Kone. Could be a copybook free kick from Kone. Goalkeeper goes down well to make a save, but the threat is still there. Unfortunately, Kone could not get a full blast of the ball. Nicely done in terms of the hard tackle from that fullback, Jean-Marc.
What a player he's proven to be for the Ivorian team. Jean-Marc say good on both ends. Does the job so neatly.
He reminds one of the flamboyant fullbacks of the Ivorian national team. Once upon a time, played for ASEC Mimosa. I'm talking about Jean Akakwame. Ball is headed away, nicely controlled. Benin have an opportunity now, and they want to thread passes through the middle. Isaka did well to get his foot to it, but there's more opportunity, more drive coming forward by the Benin team. Goes passes marker, shot across the face of goal and is blocked. Push from the back, advantage will definitely go to Benin.
Good call from the referee. That was a push. There was a glaring one, and it's Bukari with his initial effort being cleared, and you can see right there Twali with his hands all over the Beninois.
Pressure will definitely be on the defense to see whether they can weather the storm. Yannick Kwasi, the goalkeeper in charge for the Ivorians. Two players behind the ball for Benin. It looks more like a left-footed kick from Sabam Ashrafu. There's Ashrafu in your shot. Can he bend one round the corner? He does. But it goes well over the top. 13 minutes gone, no goal to either side.
Yeah, you would favor him going for it. From the right-hand side, you'd favor a left-footed player, and Sabam just couldn't hit the target with that one. It was a good technique he applied for a centre-back, but the execution was just lacking accuracy.
That's a long ball forward. Nicely done in terms of defense by Benin. They had to call on the long dangling legs of Akibu Saibu. Throw in quickly effected. The Ivorians come forward. Jean-Marc. Jean-Marc was waiting for it, but ball couldn't get to him. It's now an advantage for Benin. They try and open the game and spread play to the far side. Can he get to the ball? A bit too strong.
That was a good switch of play from Agosu. And that ball had just so much power in it. It looked like Beninois are struggling to string passes together, and they are not spending so much time on the ball. They are handing over possession to Cote d'Ivoire, and this time what they should be doing is to be hitting them on the break.
Long ball in by Dos Milos. Throwing advantage. Ibrahim ball has been taken away from him. But Benin have no player in the half of the Ivorians.
Really struggling in midfield, and it looks like the Ivorians are dominating the midfield battle this afternoon, which has really limited the Beninois to just going long and also trying to hit them on the break when they have the chance.
It's a throwing advantage to the Ivorians. Trust the link man, Yanis Tuali, to be joining the attackers, and when he fights back and gets his foot to it, Yannick. But it's now an onward march by the Ivorians. They hit a stumbling block, but nicely controlled by Emmanuel Emile. Jean-Marc. Lovely cross there by Jean-Marc. Oh. That nearly resulted in the first goal again. The tenacity, the attendance of purpose from Ibrahim Dosso.
Jean-Marc say, what a player he is. Just apply some strength over there, shows off that challenge, and does well. That was a pinpoint cross to the head of Dosso. All Dosso had to do was to dike that one on target. But that was a good effort from the Ivorians. they keep knocking it. I wouldn't be surprised if they get a first goal in this encounter.
It's a long ball back into enemy territory. Can the Ivorians get to it? Good reflexes shown by goalkeeper 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘. These young lads showing awareness and purpose. Ivorians are on the run once again, but this time it's a bit too far for Coulibaly Yoba to get to the ball.
It looks like they are enjoying themselves. The Ivorians, they're really keeping possession. They're finding men in open spaces, and they are also using the explosivity of their left back 𝗭𝗎 who has been by far their best player this afternoon in this game.
Cote d'Ivoire nil, Benin nil, WAFU Zone B under 17 AFCON qualifiers. As the second match for Group A. Ivory Coast lost, or should I say La Cote d'Ivoire lost their first match 1-5 against the Starlets from Ghana. And now it looks like they are in the driving force to see victory over Benin. Benin have an opportunity now as they come forward. Nicely done. They would want to go down that right flank. Good footwork by the youngster. It goes down in the process. Referee will give them a nothing for that. But they fight so very hard to regain possession. Benin. Oh, some good footwork. Goes round his marker. Goes round the second. Shot is blocked.
Good job done. Benin, they've not really threatened all afternoon, but they've also shown glimpses of quality sometimes when they're on the ball. They just need to be confident. They need to take the game to the Ivorians.
All cleared out. Living dangerously, the Ivorians are nearly paying for it. Would have to reorganize themselves from the back, and eventually is booted out by Doumbia. Doesn't go too far. Benin have an authority for the onslaught. Zuma Zato is in there. The cross is long. Header was misdirected.
Good ball from Benin. They've been lively in the last 2 minutes or so, trying to ask questions of the Ivorian defense. That was a ball to the far post. Does well to get his head on it. That should have been a corner kick to Benin. We really feel disappointed not getting the corner for that effort.
Nicely controlled by La Cote d'Ivoire as they come forward. Here's Jean-Marc. Through the middle, nicely done, and it's pushed on by Adama Some. Now threaded into the 18-yard box, is headed away by Akibu. La Cote d'Ivoire keeping the pressure on their opponents, not allowing them to settle into their stride and into their game.
And they're doing to them what the Starlets did to them a couple of days ago. Just apply full pressure. And that's what they're doing, and you can see the high line the Ivorians have developed already. 𝗭𝗎, he's been overlapping all afternoon, and you have the likes of your boy and Zongo being on a virtual holiday. They've just been tested a couple of times, just a handful of times, by this Beninois attack. Benin will have to do more. They will have to have their game if they would want to walk away from this game with at least a point.
It's a long ball in as Benin tried to find men in open spaces and go forward. Ivorians are doing everything right to halt their incessant attacks. Benin have an opportunity as they come forward now. Nicely done through the far side. Looking for that cross into the area. Unfortunately, that was overhit. And so it's picked up nicely by Yannick Kwasi, who sends a long ball through. That's a very long one indeed.
That was a good kick from Kwasi. As with that long ball, trying to find Dosu for a touchdown. That was a good pass from the goalkeeper.
20 minutes gone in the match. Cote d'Ivoire 0, Benin 0. We're yet to separate the two sides. And goalkeeper had to do the safest thing, and he's telling us exactly why he did that.
I believe young Zongo is in some sort of pain. The medics would have to attend to him. They've been good inside the first 21 minutes or so, Cote d'Ivoire. They should be taking their chances. A couple of chances have already fallen to those who has misfired. An earlier one-on-one, and also that pinpoint accurate cross from Jean-Maxé from the left-hand side. He should be connecting to that. He should be putting that one, past the goalkeeper.
And there you have a couple of fans who are here to witness the game. We've got quite a couple of francophone fans here. Obviously, it's a francophone affair today. Cote d'Ivoire taking on Benin. And there you see them all waiting. Some of them here on official duty. But some are also here to support their country. And it's interesting to see them here in their numbers. Worried faces at this stage. I'm sure they're all waiting for a goal to be scored, and then the stadium will erupt.
At least, and the 3 games played so far is just one game that hasn't seen any goals at all. The first game produced 6. And also the other game that was played yesterday had 5. So 11 in 3 games. That's been entertaining.
Well, let's hope that we can get the fans here a couple of goals before the end of 90. Don't forget, for La Cote d'Ivoire, it's imperative that they win this game, or else 2 losses will not be too good for them in terms of qualification. They start the build-up with Emile Zongo. Jean-Jacques has taken his place on the left-hand side of defense, is waiting to join the attack. Careful build-up by the Ivorians at this stage. I must say the Ivorians have got a couple of academies dotted around areas such as Abidjan, Bouaké, Benjaville. Safe header back to goalkeeper, but miscommunication. He mistimed that clearly. The Ivorians have a corner kick.
That could have been dangerous, and that was that return ball. It was Zato with a header trying to find his goalkeeper, Mohamed. Just didn't find him the right way. Would see Mohamed struggling to collect that one. The intention was clear, but the execution just wasn't right.
Corner kick is swung in nicely. Heads will go up, but the referee noticed that infringement.
Some heckling in the box.
But by and large, the Francophone Legion have done very well.
You would say, you would have to credit them for the good job done.
Academies dotted around the fringes of the main city, especially in Abidjan. And one of the most successful teams in the Abidjan football history, ASEC Mimosa. They have academies dotted around West Africa. It's now the time for Benin. The opportunity will come to them to see whether they can come forward. Ball goes over the line. Advantage will stay with the lads from La Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah. And then Sakinoko proving to be a bit too strong for your boy.
Controlled nicely by the Beninois captain. He's still coming forward, but this time it was completely over it. Angelo would have relished an opportunity of coming forward. Now the Beninois have an opportunity. Too many white shirts around him. He slips. Poor ball control. Benin keep their composure. Nicely done. Captain comes in to help. And that's good work from Angelo. They're still coming forward, but faulty pass. The Ivorians will take over the advantage now. Through the middle, and they've got space in front of them. Trying to go through the middle, but the Beninois team will not allow them to do that.
You could see Cote trying to tread that pass to Dosso, who had already taken off. That was neatly read by the Benin defense. They're still in the game, Benin. They've really been dominated by the Ivorian side. But you would say the Ivorian side did a good job against Ghana. They were just unfortunate on the day, and it looks like they've gone back to the drawing board to correct all the mistakes they did in that game.
Ivory Coast were looking for an opportunity to show exactly what they have, but
that's Fofana.
Fofana Abubakar, yes, was stopped there in his tracks. Was too eager to come forward. It's an advantage to Benin. Long ball booted in. Ivorians would have to clear their lines. A little bit of a shove. Free kick, but referee wants the free kick to be retaken.
That was a good ball. Some see, showing great strength, shoving off that challenge, then collides into the Beninois.
Cote d'Ivoire will come forward once again. Seem to have settled into the game quite well and have the luxury and the ease of stroking the ball around as they come forward. Jean-Marc waits for it and gets it. Good footwork as he lays on the pass. The Ivorians keep it to themselves. This time they try and come through the middle. The ball has been sent to the far side. Nicely done by Adama Some. Finishing again, not the best. Good dummy by Adama. And if you look at their positioning on the field of play, Josiah, it tells you clearly they know exactly what they're doing, where to find men in open spaces, where to lay their passes. It's just the finishing connection that has eluded them so far.
Exactly, and that touch sums it all up from 𝗭𝟑. Quite a disappointing touch, just too much in it as a first touch. But they've been good with their positioning, their awareness on the pitch. The Ivorians, they've done everything right bar scoring a goal. That has been the only problem with them now. They just need to be more clinical up front. Those were a couple of chances. He's misfired, but they need to do more.
Benin, well, trying to see whether they can create a few opportunities of their own. There's no work to perfection as yet, as they keep giving the ball away. But here's an opportunity through the middle. Can he get a drive on target? Into the 18-yard box. It's still an opportunity. The cheaters, the petite cheaters of Benin. They have a player down in the 18-yard box. Eventually, Ivorians do justice to it. Still have a player down, but this time referee Salisu Bashir will ensure that first aid comes to the player who's down.
Yeah, it was a bit physical for a moment in the Ivorian penalty box. You can see it's Goalkeeper who might have made an unwanted contact with an Ivorian defender. He still lays on the turf and being attended to. But you would credit the Benin side for also trying to take the game to the opponent sometimes when they have to, as and when they have to. They love to keep their shape. They are not really into possessing the ball, enjoying the play. They just want to keep their shape and just try and find spaces when they catch the Ivorians on the break. And they've done that perfectly this afternoon. But they also lack that cutting edge up front. They really, really need to improve.
It's 30 minutes played in the first half. It's a game between Cote d'Ivoire and Benin in the WAFU Zone B under 17 AFCON qualifiers. No goal to either side as we enter the last 15 minutes. throwing advantage to Cote d'Ivoire. And you realize, Josiah, how quickly they get themselves into shape and into running, the Ivorians. Anytime there's a break and they get the game going, knowing when to find men in open spaces as they speed up towards enemy territory. Now is now an opportunity there. Beninois will have to mass up in defense. Look at the amount of yellow shirts who are doing the covering up, and eventually it's cleared out into safety.
And that's where their strength is, the Beninois. That is where their strength is. That strength in numbers, the way they defend with a lot of men behind the ball. They've really done a good job keeping their shape and preventing the Ivorians from creating, you know, more big chances in the opening first half.
The Ivorians will come at them again. This time from the far side, Dombia joining the attack. The cross is on, but it's headed away into safety. And now for Benin, can we see a quick counter-attack impeded in the process? They get a free kick.
As a sigh of relief for them, at some point they were under huge pressure. You can see that's 𝗭𝗎 as clearly gets in the way of Agosu. It's been physical sometimes in this game, especially in that midfield area where you have quite a number of big men in midfield.
Benin on the offensive. Good defending by Jean. Jean goes up again, and this time he's impeded in his effort. But referee says the advantage will go to Benin.
That was dangerous. Very, very dangerous from 𝗭𝗎. He would be very, very lucky if he's not booked for that. He didn't have his eyes on the ball. Just look at that. Not looking away. Just collides into Akinoko, who had drifted towards the center to try and help his teammates defend. And he's been asked to calm down, and you can see sometimes they can go hyper, these young lads, depending on the tempo of the game and where they find themselves. And that was very, very rough from 𝗭𝗎, a player of his status. Shouldn't be attempting such, challenges.
His exuberance reminds me so much of 𝗭𝗎𝗓. 𝗭𝗎𝗓 was a robust defender, fullback for the Ivorians. He won the AFCON when they defeated Ghana on penalties, the first time of asking, in Senegal '92. Strong play by the Ivorians. Can they get themselves out of trouble? And look at his resolute nature once again. This time good work done through the middle, and the Ivorians are looking for opportunities. Very lucky. Got to the head of the Beninois central defender, Kibu Saibu. They get themselves out of trouble, but he gives the ball away. Ivorians will say thank you very much. It's picked up by Abubakar Fofana.
Okay, and another slow build-up from the Ivorians. Just need to transition that ball quicker, especially when you win the ball in the third half. Your transition should be very, very quick because you have your opponents not well organized, so you can just catch them when they look disorganized. But that was what they failed to do on that occasion, the Ivorians.
Long throw, but doesn't go anywhere. The Ivorians have an opportunity. He was heckled and pulled there. He will be lucky not to walk away with a caution.
Akibu with a foul over there. Good reading of the game by Doso. That's so well to read where that pass was going, intercepted it, and could have just broken free.
Akibu halted into the referee's books.
Yeah, he had to halt him on that occasion because he knew Doso had the pace. Could just sprint, and he has a race very, very fast, Doso.
Well, if you miss the ball, don't miss the man, I guess.
I guess that was the principle he applied at that point.
Free kick advantage to 𝗨𝗨𝗓. 10 minutes to half time. It's drilled in all. Nicely done. We have done 35 minutes.
That was a bit too direct, if you should ask me. 𝗭𝗎 was landing straight in the arms of Mohamed.
Strong challenge put up by Benin. They have an opportunity as they get into the 18-yard box. It's pushed on a bit too far. Oh, that was close.
He was in an offside position when that return ball got to him. 𝗭𝗢𝗡 has been very, very, very quick and swift on and off the ball. 𝗭𝗢𝗡 causing all lots of problem and just exploiting those spaces led by 𝗨𝟑𝟳 𝗤ualifiers. Just look at that. That was tight, very, very tight. But the linesman just had to react. But that was a very, very tight call.
Close shave for the Ivorians. Could have spelled doom. But they dust it off their backs and then they come forward again. There's 𝗨𝟑𝟑𝗡. Again, it's a ding-dong battle, but the Ivorians reign supreme as they come forward. And again, they keep the ball to themselves. Look for men in open spaces as they push the ball through. This time, well read by the captain, Angelo. And it's an opportunity for Benin. Benin like to keep the ball to themselves. They are not interested in the long passes. And then they give the ball away easily. The Ivorians will say thank you very much. Now they come forward. Ibrahim. Dosso goes down. Referee says advantage. Benin. They come forward. Easy play. They're still looking good. Francois Adissa. Adissa goes down, and this time the referee blows the whistle.
And hear that roar of disapproval from the fans. They feel Dosso should have had a foul earlier on, but the referee wasn't having any of that. That was quite a good run from Adissa. You could see there were bodies waiting for him. And that has been the strength of the Beninois team, their pace. They find it so difficult stringing passes together, but their players have the ability to transition the ball quicker and also try and move it, into enemy territory when need be.
Free kick advantage to Benin. Goalkeeper Kwasi says he's good enough with the defensive wall. Let's see how the Ivorians will react to this. It's an opportunity for Benin to draw first blood, at least before the end of the first half. Referee blows the whistle. Free kick is on. No problems at all for Kwasi as he deals with it.
That was a hit straight at him, and he had to work very, very little on that occasion, Kwasi. Coming into such, a game in a tournament where you've conceded 5 in your first game, you just be hoping that you don't concede again, just to regain your confidence and, going into the subsequent games if you should even seal qualification.
Lovely pass through there, but well read by Benin. Referees thought there was a little bit of a shove on the back of Dosso. Free kick quickly effected. It's lifted up into the 80-yard box. Dosso. He got to the ball, but the reflexes were a little bit late. And it was directed straight towards goalkeeper 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘.
Again, strong first touch from Dosso. Shown so much, glimpses of a world-class striker. He would really develop into a very, very good striker. He plays across all front 3 positions, and you can see him sometimes playing with his back facing the post. He's okay with that. His order play and link-up play has been solid. Just needs to work on a couple of things, first touches, and also how he runs and attacks spaces.
So far, so good for Cote d'Ivoire, keeping the ball to themselves, and then they find men in open spaces. On that occasion, it was a bit too far out for Abubakar Fofana to get to Abubakar Fofana in the 10 shirt again. Memories of the likes of Yusuf Fofana, one of the deadly strikers for Cote d'Ivoire once upon a time. Football controlled by 𝗨𝟑𝟑𝗡. 𝗨𝟑𝟑𝟑 seems to have overdone it. Referee comes to his aid. There will be a free kick advantage to Cote d'Ivoire, quickly effected.
Very fortunate there, 𝗨𝟑𝟑𝟑. Over elaboration on his part, keeping that ball too much. He could have just released it to a teammate.
40 minutes gone in the first half. Still no goal to either side. Here's Jean-Marc. He was waiting for a response, but other ideas as this time. The Ivorians would want to work their magic through the right-hand side of attack. Dosso gives the ball away too easily. And Benin will control. Thank you very much, says the captain. Nicely handled by Angelo. Eventually the ball goes over the line.
Awful pass from Adiza. That has been one problem with the Beninois side. They struggle to string passes together. That hasn't been their thing in this game, and all they've done all day is to watch the Ivorians, dominate possession. They've been good with the take-ons, trying to transition that ball.
Headed away by the Ivorians. Can the Beninois lay claim to it? No, it's eventually picked up by Fofana. Fofana gets it in return. Fofana has got men in front of him. He lays on the pass, but again, good tackle. The defense of the Benin under-17 national team has sometimes been overstretched, but in all cases they've passed with some amount of distinction. La Côte d'Ivoire nil, Benin nil. Dosso fights hard to get to it. He gets it, collects it, lays on the pass. Dosso comes in return, fights for it. He's going with his long legs, but again, he's impeded in the process.
That was a good call, a great effort from Dosso. He's spoken about his qualities, not just trying to play with his back face in the post, but he drops deeper sometimes and tries to transition the ball. He feels the ball should be moving quicker. He's such a pacey player, and they should be playing to his strength. Really being overzealous this afternoon, and his efforts need to be rewarded with at least a goal. He failed to score in the first game against Ghana, but he could just try and get one in this one.
Free kick to La Côte d'Ivoire, not the best of free kicks. This will obviously allow Benin to clear their lines, but it's over the line for a throw-in. West Africa Football Union Zone B under 17 AFCON qualifiers, also known as Ghana 2024. Dosso in the 18-yard box, ball has been taken away from him, and again, careful defending by the Beninois. I've loved the way they've stood resolute in defense, despite the onslaught from the Ivorians. Here's Jean-Marc. Through the legs, Jean-Marc can't go any further. But the Ivorians have other ideas. They could draw blood from distance, still have the ball. The pass is laid on, but there's no white shirt there to continue it. Picked up nicely by Musa, but then it's taken away from him, and now the pendulum swings to the other end of the field. Good stoppage, good block by the Ivorians. Can he come forward? He gets a free kick for his effort. 44 minutes gone. We are almost 45 minutes done in the first half. Ivorians, they come through again, this time through the middle. Jean-Marc, he's been crowded over by the yellow shirts. But then they have another opportunity. The cross is on the header. Point blank header, point blank save. Kachakolo in the right place at the right time. 2 minutes of add-on time.
Whenever Jean-Marc joins the attack, something good happens to the Ivorians. Just look at, he does all the good work over here. Koulibaly just cross that one. Dosso again failing to find the back of the net with another header. Second time in the game where he's been fed on a platter. Just failed to do the needful. Dosso
Cross is on into the 18-yard box. It's well defended. Are we going to get an opportunity for a shot on target? He looks for options and comes down the right-hand side into the 18-yard box, and they definitely will not allow him space to do what he wants to do. It's cleared out by the Ivorians. And now the pendulum will swing from one end of the field to the other end of the field. Oh! Yuba.
Koulibaly, just can't believe it. Varane that ball.
Jean-Marc comes forward. He seems to be the driving forces with Jean-Marc again. Decent cross. No, not this time. 45 minutes of action we have done. We are into the 46th minute, and we're doing 2 minutes of add-on time.
Another Jean-Marc overlapping run here. That's not been his story all afternoon, Jean-Marc. It's really been decent the first 45 for Ivory Coast with those runs and crosses into the box. This time he wasn't that fortunate.
Both sides have done pretty well in the first 45 minutes. They've not given the inch to get into anybody's close territory as a referee, Salisu, brings proceedings to the end as far as the first half is concerned. Pendulum has swung from one end of the field to the other. The Ivorians have showed clearly that the purpose is to see whether they can get their noses in front in the game. Beninois have sat back and taken the game to the Ivorians, but again, not been able to take advantage of the numerous advantages that came to them. End of the first 45 minutes here, and at halftime, it's Cote d'Ivoire 0, Benin 0. So it's the moment these two teams have been waiting for as Cote d'Ivoire and Benin come up to square up against each other. It's the second match for Group A. And the Ivorians, the Beninois, go through the rendition of their respective anthems. And with the fans here clearly giving them the support. These young cadet teams from these two countries will clearly be in readiness for hostilities to begin. WAFU Zone B. Cote d'Ivoire, Benin. Stakes are high. Cote d'Ivoire lost their first game against Ghana. This is Benin's first game. A winner is a must. And it is Cote d'Ivoire sporting the all-white outfit. Jean-Marc taking on the rest of defense, but nicely done. Dosso has had a few opportunities, clear-cut chances, but goalkeeper 𝗭𝗡 has also been very resolute. Jean-Marc has been supportive anytime the Ivorians come forward. That was a late footing challenge there and a yellow card. Ivorians could not take advantage of the opportunity and the advantage. And on the opposite side of the field, Benin also came close, creating a few of those chances. But the Ivorians have been strong in defense. Fullbacks have been relative in terms of their hard work. The header is on from Dosso. Clearly off target. But again, both captains have also showed that per their involvement in the game, they have really stood tall. Dos Milos, the Ivorian captain, and his opposite number, 𝗭𝗎𝗓. These teams clearly not only battling to outwit each other, but also exhibiting their kind and brand of football to the rest of the world at the under-17 level. And there you see again the Ivorians coming close. The long ball there, the header was straight towards goalkeeper. Jean also had an opportunity, but this time he blasted wide. And that sort of summed up proceedings for the first half as far as these two teams are concerned. Failing to create opportunities, failing to create the goals in the first 45 minutes, which gives us clear indication that there's more to come in the second half. So do stay with us, because at halftime it's goalless between Cote d'Ivoire and Benin.
Afei na twere ensem a ese moni dua na ba mfa na haban ensa yale na abamu. Dr. Tam da so ama oyalefo bia nya enida so se ne yale befire ne so. Wo ebra wode nani akyerem wo medimafo heba clinic. Oyalefo ba ho na ohye na ebra empa ho. Gise de wawuo ana wasie no nko na ontumi. Abubuafo enante anifrafo esna panie. Stroke, diabetes, pressure ne yale enkan ne nyina aye entetia case. Wasiesie na yaresa bia ho kama. Doctor se fakakra bi beje wayaresa wo Kumase abuakwa ago. Oyalefo bia kaise udimafo ye medimafo heba clinic. Dr. Time Daso.
Everybody knows 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘. And if you know 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘, it means you know Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. As an international journalist and actor, my health is my priority. Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic is my pillar in terms of my health. Let's hear what others are saying about Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. Sister, please, let him talk to you. Who will be careful Endpoint one?
Chesena me ankasa me period na se problem suwum ntina ma wo ho idea ma me papa chesena nya asem ketewa na me coin point no mo hwe me modam no mo hwe bibia na so mo meduro a me faae no ene ma won kura mienu hofro kwa na me coin mu a eba ti ane je dia ba fie pa.
You heard everything yourself.
Me ma me no adwodwo eda ho a wontumi nante ene ne ko Endpoint o mama nuru a ene ne ho eden a watimi asori anante.
That's Endpoint for you.
Of 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘.
Hello.
Hey, ohwehwe what che.
Okay.
A free bra would the Endpoint what dance. I'm a choir no. Me Joseph se man enkoye and person na my emre nyina and me gina sabema. Na me be fear for there. E ho ade nyina jaresa.
You heard everything. I have secret. Endpoint is my secret. Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. I'm free.
I said I need somebody. Come on. I said I need somebody. I'm in the hotel lobby. Come on. We're gonna start this party.
𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘, where entertainment begins.
Prophecy time.
Abraham and Sarah, Mubenya twins. Go and buy jackets. You are going to Canada. The best aboard Waba. Master, what the Canada? Mungu today. Born a wow. What you need? Because of my mepa. Business is bread, school fees, chop money. Funeral bills, suppliers, in-laws, side chicks. Oh yes, I book count. Oh how na spiritual. For bills. Bills micro credit. You see why?
Bills micro credit.
From Mbebwa. Ati. Kona from. Next.
Everyone is running to Bills. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes with acquiring any of our loan facilities. For whoever you are and whatever you're doing, Bills has a product for you. No susu, no deposit. All you need is your Ghana card. Bills, financing your needs.
Now cry me the cat. Hello, Bills.
All right, so welcome back. It's halftime here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, Legon, where it's the second group stage game for Cote d'Ivoire, but for Benin, it's their first. It's 0-0 after the first 45. Cote d'Ivoire, they have been the dominant side in the first 45, but they are yet to break the deadlock here at the University of Ghana Stadium here for the WAFU Zone B under 17 qualifies, and the top two teams are the finalists, and that's why we'll be qualifying for the under 17 AFCON, which will be coming up very soon. But let me quickly acknowledge our sponsors. We have Medimafo Herbal, Endpoint Homeopathy, Techno, Bedboro is also one of them. Quick Credit, and then also Max Buy. They have really held the fort for us to bring to you live coverage of the WAFU Zone B under 17 tournament here. It's halftime between Cote d'Ivoire and Benin, but then I'm delighted to have been joined by Dr. Prince Pambo. He is a medical committee member for CAF and also the medical commissioner for the WAFU under 17 Zone B qualifies here. Welcome, Doctor. You can have your microphone.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us. But what has been your overall assessment of the game so far?
Thank you very much. So maybe I would want to start from the point of the entire tournament, because I was involved in doing the MRIs to determine the ages for these boys who are playing. I think the quality of the game, nobody will have a doubt about it. I'm not allowed to pick sides, but I think it's an equally balanced game, and these are kids at the end of the day. So our role from CAF or WAFU is to ensure that these boys will have an opportunity to compete, and I think they are competing so beautifully.
All right, let's just trickle down to the game this afternoon. Cote d'Ivoire, they lost their opening game 5-1 to Ghana.
Yes.
But Benin are playing their very first game. But
yes.
What do you have to say about the game you've witnessed this afternoon?
No. So, again, I don't like to talk about the tactical play and all that, because people are better experienced. But then I think with Cote d'Ivoire, when even Ghana played them, they've always come out as a better side. They've always had a good possession of the game, and they always knew what they had to do. And I think this wasn't a different thing. So for us, from the point of CAF, I just think we do have a good future for these young ones.
All right, so second half will be upon us very soon. But let me ask you, has there been any challenges for you since you are the medical commissioner for this competition? Has there been, what have been the challenges for you?
Medically, we've not had any challenges. We asked them to come to Ghana with the right ages of people. Players would have to be under 17. We conducted the MRIs for them right here in Ghana. And all the players they came with were players who were within the age range. So I think
no
so
age
far,
cheating in that one.
no age cheating.
In that regard.
I mean, there's fair play when it comes to age.
But how has it been? Formerly, we used to witness, CAF issuing statements, banning teams for age cheating and all that. How have you moved on from that era to this era?
So the reason why you've not heard CAF issuing statements is the fact that no one is age cheating.
Okay.
I mean, we started that journey all the way from 2014, and it's 10 years now.
Wow.
and the various countries are doing the right thing. So there's no point for CAF to issue a statement when there's no need for a statement.
So you would say there's been some level of progression with regards
Exactly,
to
and
HGT
every
and
country
Benin.
feels we should fill the right players.
All right, so every country comes into this tournament knowing that there isn't going to be any cheating.
Exactly.
All right, thank you very much,
Thank you
Dr.
very much.
Prince Pambo, for joining us. So it's still the continuous coverage of the WAFU Zone B and the 17 AFCON qualifiers here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, where it is round 2 of the group stage games, where it's Cote d'Ivoire taking on Benin. But after the first 45 minutes, it's been 0-0. It's been a goalless stalemate over here. Cote d'Ivoire, they've been threatening. They've been the better of the two sides. But with regards to the scoreline, it's still been even because they are yet to put a goal at the back of the Beninois net. Dosso has been threatening. He's been the marksman for them. Jean Maxey, who is playing as a left back for Cote d'Ivoire, has also been sending in some decent crosses, but then they've just lacked that final conviction. And let me remind you that you're still live on Max TV, and I'll be crossing over to our commentator for this game, Prince Anand.
You're welcome back as we get ready to bring you the second 45 minutes of this interesting game between WAFU Zone B and the 17 AFCON qualifiers mates. That's Cote d'Ivoire and Benin. First half ended goalless. The Ivorians are making quick substitutions before the second half. Diarra is on for Yanis. And then they made the second substitution. The Ivorians have brought on player number 17, 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘, as Koulibaly takes a rest. Here we go with the second 45 minutes. Benin are playing from right to left. And it will be the first throw-in of the second half. Lots of talk going on in the dressing room of both sides. Let's see how they respond to the instructions given by the coaches. 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘 and Koulibaly change places as the Ivorians come forward. Is into the 18-yard box. Oh! Eventually it's blasted wide. First opportunity for 𝗨𝟑𝟳 being blown into the wind, and which obviously means that they would have to start again.
Their troubles keep revisiting them, and it's Fofana blasting that one from close range. Should be directing that one on target. Should be hitting that one with the inside of his foot. Could just question the technique applied to connect to that cross or shot across, yeah.
Benin looked very good, especially when they had opportunities of coming forward. As the finishing that has eluded them, they have a player down at the moment, and obviously this will put a scare on the Ivorians as they create more advantages.
Definitely for the Ivorians, they've really been dominant possession-wise, creating chances. They've also had the numbers, but they've not really been convincing in the final third. Dosso has really flabbed lots of these chances they've created this afternoon. Benin have been able to defend resolute sometimes, but sometimes also their defense has been breached, and they just been lucky time after time. And you could see that earlier chance we witnessed right after recess. That should be a chance that they should be bearing because there will be pressure on them, considering the fact that Benin will have one more game to play against the Black Starlets, and for Cote d'Ivoire, this could be the end for them if they fail to pick up maximum point.
Free kick quickly affected numerical advantage for Cote d'Ivoire as Benin have a player off. Well, he's back on the field. But again, interestingly, listening to Dr. Prince Pambo during the halftime break, the effort that went into ensuring that, number one, these players are clearly within the age range, and then number two, their growth and development, it helps to be monitored.
And it was a painstaking approach. He spoke about, the problems that CAF used to encounter 10 years ago, and how they've steadily progressed and moved on from the era of cheating. It took a lot of investment, but finally you would say it has really paid off, and these teams or countries come into tournaments like this knowing that there wouldn't be any unfair advantage even before the start of the tournament, and it's very good, you know, considering that sometimes this might demoralize some of these teams psychologically. They know that they are just facing their age mates in tournaments like this.
Dangling in the 18-yard box in to its logical conclusion as the Ivorians try every effort to come forward. And again, it tells you how resolute Benin have been. The Ivorians have created some decent chances, especially in the first half. And they've got players who have showed clear sight on goal-scoring advantages and abilities, but they just have not taken the advantage yet. As a long ball in from Emile. Efforts thwarted, nicely done by the Beninois captain as he charges. Akomola gets the better of his opponent and then is pushed forward. Now this is where the Ivorians will be very strong. They have been tough in defense, and there you see clearly defending from Adama Some, making sure that goalkeeper gets to the ball.
Cote d'Ivoire had some good moments. It's just the conviction in the final third. They've really been physical sometimes too, and you could see that collision over there. And it's Cote has been collided into. That's just not what you would want from them in the attacking third. They just need to apply some pressure. Cote d'Ivoire, they are enjoying all the possession now. They are doing everything right, but just for that goal. And
throw-in quickly affected. Ivorians looking sharp, looking for the opportunity. Throwing advantage to Ivory Coast. As Akim joins his colleagues on the field of play for Benin. The Ivorians will come forward now. Finding men in open spaces has been their forte. Looking for the right man in the right position has been their domain. To order and to keep, they come forward. Manages to get a return of the ball. The ball is threaded through the middle, but then eventually is cleared away. Nicely done by Bamba. Careful telepathy. The understanding is there for the Ivorians. Controlling the middle. And Benin only has to relax and try and get the ball away from them. Now the Ivorians are in enemy territory. Player goes down. Advantage is still on for La Cote d'Ivoire.
you can see the distance between the Beninois striker, Akinoko, and his midfield. It looks like he's been short of supplies this afternoon.
Tries to go through the middle. Effort has been thwarted. The Ivorians will come forward again. Long ball in by Diarra, doesn't go too far. It's picked up by the captain for Benin. A common lap, but he's been brought down.
They need to start pushing Benin. They need to start taking risk. They need to commit men forward. Akinoko has been isolated all game. They need to supply him the balls he wants. He looks a bit frustrated sometimes, but he's also really had his impact in this game.
Again, the yellow shirts to put pressure on the white shirts are absent. And so it's a fair opportunity for the Ivorians to come forward. Bamba. Through the middle, finds Some. He's pushed through with a flick. He goes down and attracts the sympathy of the referee. That's Musa Kone goes down, attracts the sympathy of the referee.
Sabam needs to be careful. He's on a yellow card, and that's what's dangerous for the two centre backs of Benin. They are both on yellow cards, and they really need to be careful with those tackles and challenges.
Well, they sure have to be very careful because the Ivorians are now doubling up their efforts and they are coming at them strongly. It's a free kick advantage. There's only one player behind the ball, and I can see Jean-Marc. Three-man wall formed by the young lads from Benin. Free kick for La Côte d'Ivoire is driven in. Clearance with the header.
It was a good block
from the captain, Angelo.
Come on, La. Good block. Puts his body on the line, and you'd be thinking that the Ivorians would want to win this one, because if they don't, then Benin would have a very, very huge chance of qualifying to the next round.
It's a corner kick to Le Petit Elephant. Ball booted out once again, nicely defended by Angelo, the captain for Benin. Jean-Marc with a throw. He gets a second bite of the cherry, but this time he gives the ball away for the cross to be on. Goalkeeper did very well. Guided the ball over the line for a corner kick. Kachakolo. Nice goalkeeping.
Turning the heat now. Ivory Coast trying to get a goal as soon as possible.
Yes, Jean-Marc, the shot is blocked. Taken over by Benin, thank you very much. But then they give the ball away. Benin fight for it and get it again. Lovely pass. They're still onside and they're moving forward but overhit. Tidied up nicely by the captain, Dos Melos. But that was an opportunity for Benin.
And that's what Ivory Coast should be wary of when they try attacking with so many men. They leave spaces behind, and the Beninois would love to exploit these spaces. That could have been very, very dangerous. A 2v2 situation.
The Ivorians have another opportunity of coming forward once again. Head coach Basikiri has been on his feet the entire duration of the game. Now he has an opportunity. He beats one, drifts past the next. Can he find the shot off target? The idea was good. And it's Bamba.
He's been lively since coming on. Bamba, fresh legs. He's just putting some fear into the defense of Benin. Latched onto that ball, created enough space for himself. All he had to do was to tag that one a bit beyond the reach, but then on target. It looks like the Ivorians know that they really have to get the win this afternoon.
Lovely pass put forward there, but the white shirts clearly outnumber the shirts of Benin. This time it will be an advantage from the near side as Benin come forward. Pierre trying to go past one. Pierre goes into the 18-yard box. The Ivorians do well. They cover up nicely, tidied up as they switch play to the other end of the field. Brought down nicely by Jean-Marc. Lace on the pass. The Ivorians are on the offensive. Lovely pass. Ibrahim into the 18-yard box. Chance for the Ivorians. Across the face of goal with nobody in contention.
Again, nobody in the box to connect to that. Yarasuba does so well to get a bit into the 16-yard box. No one connected. And it was Fofana who was advancing but just couldn't connect to that one. They keep fluffing all the chances, Ivory Coast, which could come back to haunt them if they don't take it.
The Ivorians will come forward again. But this time, Benin have the advantage. They have the opportunity. Streaming down that left flank. He lays on the pass. They're looking for men in the middle. As the Ivorians. Oh, sensible play from the sensible captain. Dos Milos clearly standing tall.
It was an intelligent play from your boy. Did so well.
And look at the ease with which they get themselves out of difficulty this time. It's Angelo who's penalized.
Tiara Suba also taunting the Bedinois defense. Just look at that lovely skill. That could be the trump card for the Ivorian team. It's been some tactical substitutions for them and they've been lively already.
It's a free kick advantage to 𝗨𝟑𝟳 I think positive came out of that. The Beninois will say thank you very much. And again, that's the feeble point of the Beninois in terms of attack. They hold on to the ball for too long. Trying to get close into the 18-yard box again. Resolute in defense. Benin come through the middle, lays on the pass. The coast is clear on the right-hand side of attack for Benin. Josiah, was that meant to be a back pass?
He was trying to tee up an approaching teammate, but there was no one lurking around the box, and that has been their problem. Benin, the distance between the attack and midfield is just too wide, and you could see what he was clearly trying to do, but just no one available in the box.
Ball controlled nicely and brought down as they come forward. Dieudonné. Solid tackle. Fair game, says the referee. Benin will come forward yet again. Tries to switch play. Some good thinking. Can he get to the ball? He goes down in the process, attracts the sympathy of the referee. The advantage will stay with Benin.
Yeah, Bukari, he just wanted a foul. Just stuck the leg out. And he knew Fofana would make that contact. Just look at that. He knew it. A smart way of just winning the foul.
Jordan Achikpa getting ready to come on for Benin. Fresh limbs needed. Bukari is off.
Substitution for side Benin. Player number 11, Izot Bukari, been replaced by player number 9.
The University of Ghana Sports Stadium is the venue for the WAFU Zone B under 17 AFCON qualifiers. The two teams that make it to the final will gain entree into the Africa Cup of Nations for under 17. There's a struggle for the ball that eventually goes over the line. Advantage will stay with the men in yellow.
That was a bit casual from Isaka, the right back. Nearly played himself into trouble there. It was Dosso applying that pressure on him.
Long ball forward, but it's defended nicely by Angie. And that's the gentleman who just came on Achika as he comes forward. Can we get a decent cross coming in? Ball is still in play. Achikpa gets into position. The cross is on, it's deep, but there are no yellow shirts to challenge for that.
Again, just one yellow shirt in the box for Benin. They've not really been convincing when they attack, and they really love defending this afternoon than attacking, and that's why they've always left Akiniko alone. But he's not complaining either. He's just loved the job, just trying to apply pressure, you know, as the first line of defense for Benin. He's really worked hard, and they really need to start feeding him those quality balls for him to get something.
La Côte d'Ivoire come forward again. We've done 62 minutes in this game. We still don't have a goal. to register. Should the scoreline remain the same, it means we've gone 2 match days, goalless results. We saw that tough game between Nigeria and Burkina Faso. And today this.
It's Maxi again. He's bumping into Akiniko. He can always count about 6 Benin players, even when they are in possession, either in the center half or in their own area.
As an easy pick for goalkeeper Kwasi.
You do the math and you would be thinking that if Benin should get a point in this game, then they would need to avoid being beaten heavily by the Starlets to advance, and that's why they are taking their chances at going with a defensive approach, knowing that just 1 point could see them sail through to the next round.
Yeah, you're probably right. The Ivorians are yet to pick up a point in the competition by virtue of that heavy loss against the Starlets. Points for Benin this evening might figure in the scheme of things. So far, so good for these two young cadet teams. Goalless at this stage, but they have created chances.
You can also talk about the quality of chances being created, where you have Cote d'Ivoire creating the quality chances, but failing to bury those chances. Benin have had some decent half chances, but they've also lacked that cutting edge up front.
Cote d'Ivoire now trying to open up the space. Benin will defend and defend gallantly over the line. He goes for a throw-in. The Ivorians are in a haste to get the game underway. Throw-in quickly effected by Emile Angie. Ivorians are getting ready to bring some fresh limbs on. But they move forward cautiously through the middle. They're looking for that long drive. Will this be possible? No, he lays on the pass. Fofana. Fofana wants the return. He gets a good work by Fofana. Footwork failed him eventually when he needed it most. And it is hacked away nicely.
That's dangerous.
Player goes down.
It's Diarra.
Foot was up.
I thought that was supposed to be a foul. You could see that Beninois player had his foot high in the air, and that caught Diarra in the head. He's still feeling the impact.
So off comes Fofana, and it's Adama Diabate who will see to the logical conclusion of this game. Boubacar Fofana has played his part.
Nearly got the opening goal for Cote d'Ivoire, but for that timely interception by the Beninois, that could have been the first goal for Fofana. It looks like the Ivorians are pushing high up the pitch now.
Yep, and they come forward. They're inching close towards the 18-yard box, but eventually it was a pass pushed on too hard.
And that's just
gathered by goalkeeper.
That's just what they have to do now. Try and just keep the Beninois under siege in their own half and see if they can create some good chances.
Benin will say thank you very much as they pick up the pieces, but again, the final pass lets them down. Picked up by the Ivorians, and it's now a long pass forward. Flag stays down. Opportunity for Ibrahim. He needs the support, pulls the ball back. We get a solo effort in the drive through. Across the face of goal, there's nobody there to connect. Benin trying and making it very difficult, and eventually effort has been wasted.
Leaving dangerously.
By Jean-Marc.
Benin are leaving dangerously, and it was Doso with a hold-up play to find Diarra Suba. Again, shucks off that challenge. The ball into a dangerous area, and it was Bamba who just couldn't connect very well to that ball because his face, he had his face or his back face in the post. They keep on creating all the decent chances. They keep on getting into promising positions, Cote d'Ivoire. They left their scoring boots, it seems.
Next game coming up in this group will feature Benin taking on Ghana. And that's on Tuesday. The Ivorians are coming forward. And I think the urgency is now dawning on them that, look, should this match end in a draw? And should Benin and Ghana also play out for a draw?
And that's all they know what to do.
Takes them back. Good work by Ibrahim. Sends in the cross, but a bit too deep.
Diarra Suba, Dieudonné Moise. There's been a spark for Cote d'Ivoire since coming on. Diarra Suba, he started that game against Ghana, but today he could only start from the bench. But he's still been impactful since coming on. Just needs to connect well with Dosso, who is spearheading the attack for Cote d'Ivoire this afternoon.
Ball went over the line. Match officials saw that, and so advantage will go to Cote d'Ivoire. They come through the middle. It's a careful build-up by the Ivorians now as they come forward. Diarra has been involved mostly with the build-up. It's now the opportunity for Benin. Flag stays down. Can he go around his marker? This is the youngsters showing us exactly what they are made of. Carefully defended now. Gohun winning the throw for Benin.
Yeah, that was great strength showed by Gohun.
Crosses on, is thick, is deep, and it goes straight into the waiting path of goalkeeper Yannick Kwasi.
Another wasted opportunity. But then Cote d'Ivoire also failing to make that turnover work.
Minutes remain in the match. Still goalless here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. WAFU Zone B under 17 AFCON qualifiers. And it's goalless between Cote d'Ivoire and Benin.
Still all to play for 20 minutes is quite a lot of time in football. The Ivorians looks like they've been the stronger side, the hungrier side, but they've just not had luck on their side this afternoon here. They need to keep pushing.
Dosso lays on a pass, he brings it to the near side. The Ivorians are finding it very easy to find men in open spaces, but here come the Beninois team. Was it clipped from behind? Referee says the game should continue. Zumazato, he still stays down though.
Seems to have been clipped. Zato, just look at that. Shows great strength, and that's it. No, I think that was a right call. There was no contact, and he rather had to step on the toes of the Ivorian player.
Yeah.
And
he wanted to use that as an advantage.
Applying a bit of drama to see if it would just go in his favor. That's the striker for Benin, Akinoko. He's been very, very quiet.
Very uncompromising match we've seen so far. Many thanks to the weather. It's not been too hot today. Weather has remained calm, and I'm sure the players have enjoyed the weather in which they've played. But he's up on his feet, and Akinocho gets back onto the field to join his colleagues. Dosso has not been very, very potent up front today.
In both games he's played, he's really showed glimpses of a quality striker who is not just about finishing, but overall gameplay. But he needs to add the goals as well. He needs to come to the aid of his team when they are in such a very, very tight situation.
Well, if you follow the prowess of himself and his teammates in the junior side of Asek Mimosa, you see how potent he is on very good days. Cote d'Ivoire organize themselves and come forward. Now, Le Petit Elephant. They would one day want to grow into Le Grand Elephant, or the main Les Elephants of La Côte d'Ivoire. But they would have to start from base. Here they come. Ball controlled and handled well by Diarra. Ivorians still keep the ball to themselves. I'm sure they're trying to draw their opponents out. And their opponents are being very, very lucky indeed. They move out, they leave their back open, they're scored, and then that's it.
They've been resolute in defense. Benin.
Into the 18-yard box, they come forward, but they won't go too far.
Once his reaction tells it all. The Ivorian goalkeeper looks frustrated. That was a good move. Maxey again being involved. But then the offside flag was right to have gone up. And it was Bamba lurking in no man's land. And just the right call. And it looks like the frustrations are beginning to grow for the Ivorians.
Benin have not had too much luck when it comes to football development, especially at the under-17 level. Were disqualified from the WAFU under-17 championship in 2018 for fielding overaged players. 10 of these players were actually jailed.
Wow.
Now the Ivorians come for, oh. Well, I'm sure he had good intentions to get the ball into the 18-yard box, but Dieudonné got it all wrong.
That was the first time he's put a foot wrong in this game. He's been bright since coming on. Dieudonné, Diarra, just not what you were expecting from a player of his ilk.
Benin will hold on to a substitution they wanted to make as Zanu was getting ready to come on. Jeremy Zanu. Benin gave the ball away too easily. And then they spread play to the far side. Just could not get to the target. Trying to go through, but nicely done as he sends the ball back to goalkeeper Kwasi. And then there's a long chip forward kept in play. Free kick advantage to Benin.
And it's the pace at which they regroup, the Beninois. They just lose the ball and they just regroup into their shape again, keeping it tight at the back.
But I'm not too clear why the Ivorians will almost always want to be in a haste to restart the game. And then they give the ball straight to the opponent.
They're being desperate now. Time is running out for them.
Referee says the advantage will still stay with the attacking team as they come forward. Free kick quickly effected.
You can see that Isaka trying to shove off.
Now the Ivorians have an opportunity in the 18-yard box. Oh!
Just can't believe it. Just can't believe it. Diarra finding himself in a one-on-one situation with Mohamed Kachekolo. Just look at that, through ball. The first touch is good to move away from his marker. I'd be thinking he could have gone with the left foot. The inside of the left foot would have been a perfect option. He just decides just to go with the right foot, the inside. It was a good technique, but then the wrong foot, I believe. And Mohamed also approaching, making it very, trying to narrow the angle for him. That was a huge miss from 𝗭𝗎
What a miss by Dieudonné. Sometimes it's very difficult, very hard to take, especially at a time when you really need at least a goal to settle the score.
At this point, they need a goal. They really need a goal to stay in contention or to even book a place in the next round.
Game will continue as the Ivorians keep the ball to themselves, find men in spaces. And then they cross the center line. Bamba to the far side finds Captain Milos.
It's Cote d'Ivoire with a 3-back system now. Advancing one more man from defense to join the midfield.
Good skill. Hanging on to the ball a bit too long. Dosso eventually releases it and is defended nicely by Benin. Good work done by Benu. And then ball is cleared out this time. It will go the opposite direction.
What a defensive display from Benin this afternoon here. Really done great in defense.
You know, I shot a while ago, that looked like the Nigerian team who are here to watch today's game.
They failed to win their first game. It was a goalless stalemate against Burkina Faso, and it was a really killing contested game we witnessed here. At this point, every single game is a matter of interest because you don't know who you play next.
Exactly. And a while ago, we saw the grimace on his face, head coach of 𝗨𝟑𝟳 that's Basiriki Diabate.
And again, just 4 men attacking for Benin, 6 left within and around the center circle. They're not committing too many men forward. And that's how they keep their shape intact every time.
10 minutes to full time. It's still goalless here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Nicely defended by Benin. It looks like both sides have been resolute from start to finish. It will only take one simple mistake to probably separate the two sides. Dieudonné through the middle. Opportunity for the drive. Oh, goalkeeper went down first time and scored 4 marks. Definitely the fans would love and appreciate such good football. Kachakolo read that very well. Went down for it first time. The Ivorians will come forward again. Yes, Captain Milos to the far side. The Ivorians have an opportunity. The ball is put behind him, but he picks up the pieces. He tries to go through the middle. Benin recover very well. The Ivorians seem to have their noses in front of the flag, definitely. Will be offside. But again, goalkeeper made himself large. Dieudonné could not go past him.
Kachakolo, that's the name. What a goalkeeper he's been. Quality shot stopping from the Beninois goalkeeper, and he's been the man standing in between Cote d'Ivoire and a goal. But then just look at that. That's the right reflexes, the right amount of energy and strength in his arm to save that. You'd be thinking he should be saving that with 2 hands, but he just went with 1. And that's the confidence of the young goalkeeper. Just had the direction right. just stopped it with some good reflexes and finesse. And if Benin should make a point in this one, I think a bigger share of the credit will be going to the young goalkeeper, Mohamed 𝗭𝗡. What a game he has had. They've been good in defense. They've been very, very resolute in defense. But whenever the defense has been breached, he's too tall for them.
A section of the members of the VIP box watching the game closely. And that's Basiriki Diabate, the head coach of La Cote d'Ivoire. He's up on his feet. He definitely will continue. And that's some relief on the face of the Benin head coach, 𝗭𝗢𝟳 And a cross-section of the fans here. Some officials of the Togolese under-17 squad also here to watch the game. They won their first game against Niger. So La Cote d'Ivoire come forward once again. Dieudonné through the middle gives the pass to an opponent. They also reciprocate. He's twisting his turning. He's clipped from behind. Referee saw that. The Ivorians have a free kick.
They should be making a count. Cote d'Ivoire as Bamba. Such a skilled player, Bamba. Together with Diarasuba, they've really been tormenting this Benin defense since coming on. And there's a time for Cote d'Ivoire to send in all these tall players. They are big men to attack this one.
Yeah. That might probably be the advantage they have. Meanwhile, some fresh limbs getting ready to come on. I'm sure we'll see them after the free kick. Mohamed 𝗭𝗡 is ready. Let's see how advantageous this will be to the Ivorians. Once it goes through the air, looking at the kind of structure or structures they have in terms of the players. It could be theirs for the taking. Goalkeeper comes out. He missed that completely. It goes in again. Oh! The flag is already up. It won't count.
A sheer disappointment on the faces of the Ivorians. That was the initial ball. You could see 𝗭𝗡 fisting, but then it's so clear from an offside position. He was just there alone. No one with him. And I believe that was Bamba who was lurking from an offside position. You would give credit to the assistant referees for their calls.
Player number 20, 𝗭𝗢𝟳 is being replaced by player number 6, 𝗭𝗢𝗡. Remplacement pour l'équipe Côte d'Ivoire. Au 6, 𝗭𝗢𝟳 remplace au 20 𝗭𝗢𝟳.
That's the section of the VIP box. Watching closely proceedings from start to finish.
I believe that was a heavy collision on 𝗭𝗡. This treatment might take some time, I believe. But they will need him to see off the rest of this game, Benin.
In the back row there on the shot is Professor Minta. He's in charge of the technical team for this competition. Watching closely. Once again, goalkeeper says he's fit as a fiddle, would love to continue. Quick handshake with Dosso, show of sportsmanship, and the game will continue. Obviously, the Benin team were a little bit worried. That man in your shot stayed with him throughout. That's Sabah. Kept him playing nicely done, Benin. They come forward. Can they keep it in play? Yes, they do. But can they send in the decent cross? They are overcrowded by white shirts. Eventually, the cross is imminent. They have the opportunity. Can he dummy? No.
Now all they have to do is to try and keep the ball in the half of the Ivorians, Benin, for the remaining time. Diabate, who keeps limping after that contact.
Ball is ballooned away. Dieudonné gets his head to it with 1 minute before regulation time ends. He sends in the cross, and again, there are no white shirts there to see it off.
It was just the wrong thing to do at a good time. Just look at that. And Dosso was not going to get to the end of that. I've tried to control a bit into the 18-yard box. Just decided to go for the safest play option.
The highest point in the history of 𝗨𝟑𝟳 was when they went to Morocco in 2013 and emerged as champions of Africa. But they've been in third position once, they've been in fourth position once as well. 90 minutes of action we've seen. And we have 5 minutes of add-on time.
That'll be enough, maybe for Benin, but for Cote d'Ivoire they would have wished they had more or seen more on the board. But there's a time they need to take the game to Benin. There's a time that they need to throw caution to the wind and just take the bull by the horns.
5 minutes obviously enough. When it comes to association football, anything can happen. Ivorians will swing into top gear once again as they try to look for that searching loophole. Also will join his colleagues. Lays up the pass through the middle. Chance for La Cote d'Ivoire is there! 91 minutes into the game. And 𝗨𝟑𝟳 have shown that they would want to grow to become the Grand Elephant.
Just when they snapped, just there when they went to sleep, the Ivorians just hit the back of the net. They've been resolute all afternoon, Benin. But that's a game of football. You just don't go to sleep at crunch time. And what a goal that was from Diabate, the solo run. Just look at that. Just shows off that challenge. And at that point, you knew that it was going to be difficult for any Benin Noir defender to foul him. He had the pace, just slaughtered that home.
Adama Diabate registers his name on the score sheet after 90 minutes of action. Scoreline here, Cote d'Ivoire 1, Benin 0, and we've got a couple of minutes of add-on time before proceedings come to an end here at the University of Ghana Stadium. Tough encounter it has been. Can Cote d'Ivoire keep it in play? Yes, they do. The fans will applaud the effort. Benin get back into the game. Anything can happen in association football. The cross is on. Poor ball control. But they still maintain their composure through the middle and it's kicked away. Dosso. Dosso is going solo. Nice work done by the Beninois defense, keeping Dosso in check. Last 5 minutes or so, probably the most interesting part of the whole match.
Spoke about the Ivorians throwing everything at Benin, throwing caution to the wind, committing men forward. They did just that, and they found that missing luck this evening. And I believe it's time for the Beninois to also respond. They've been so conservative all game. They've been pragmatic, just attacking every time with just 4 players and defending with as many as 10.
It's a long ball forward. Dosso! The strike would have been the icing on the cake.
That's what scoring a goal does to the confidence. He had it right with the laces, but the direction was just lacking. Dosso.
Player goes down, the game will continue. The advantage will stay with Benin, but we have just a couple of seconds remaining for the referee to bring proceedings to an end. Long ball forward by Benin. Cote d'Ivoire will defend with everything they have, that's for sure. Try to go through the middle, quick turn. Well, the idea was good, but obviously lacked the power and the direction.
You see, desperate moment for Benin. They've really worked so hard for 90 minutes just to concede in injury time. They've worked so hard defensively. We're just able to deal with anything and everything the Ivorians threw at them, but it just snapped, and that was it.
Referee blows the whistle for the end of proceedings here. What a game we have witnessed. It had to take add-on time to separate these two Francophone brothers who have been at each other's throat for 90 minutes plus. But at the end of it all, La Cote d'Ivoire have showed how resolute they are, how determined they are, carried the game to their opponents from Benin. And they managed to get a goal on the 91st minute when it mattered most. Interesting encounter we have seen here today. These two teams have sold themselves and endeared themselves to the crowd. And at the end of it all is the team in white, Les Petits Éléphants, who have won the day. 90 minutes of action. It's all over here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. And at full time, it's Cote d'Ivoire 1, Benin 0. Both teams came out fighting strong, fighting hard. The Ivorians clearly wanted to put their noses in front in the game as early as the earlier part of the second half. They had free kicks, they had corner kicks, they had shots on target, but all to no avail. And at certain situations, he had to take the Beninois goalkeeper, Kachakolo, a lot of determination, zeal and hard work to separate the two sides. That was the cross that came Dieudonné from the right, but there was no connection available. Dieudonné, since he came on, has been a thorn in the flesh of the Benin team. They prodded from the right, from the left, through the center. And all efforts were in vain. And so they had to rethink, re-strategize, and re-look at other opportunities when everything else failed. Kudos to Benin, who defended and defended gallantly for 90 minutes. They were not in a position to give the opportunity to the Ivorians. And that was more than a clear opportunity. Dieudonné in the thick of affairs once again. But this time around, the shot was blasted away by Adama. And look at the footwork once again as he came through. Bamba, since he came on, a lot of pressure he's put. Goalkeeper came out and then nearly got a goal from here, but it was ruled offside. And this clearly showed that the Ivorians had a lot of ideas. One idea they took through the middle, bam, it was through the middle, into the net. And that was the goal that separated the two sides at the end of 90 minutes of action, latching onto the ball fair and square. And it was obvious, it was clear that they were looking for fame and glory. Congratulations, that's the MVP of the match and the captain for the Ivorians, Dan Dos Milos Yoboy. Congratulations to the young chap. But it's all over here. That was the last shot by Dosso. Could have made it an emphatic 2-0 win, but shot off target until our center referee, Salisu Bashir, brought proceedings to an end. Good game it has been. Both sides have sold some good football and endeared themselves to the fans as well. They've loved every bit of it. Goals were not flowing till after the 90th minute, but it's been good enough. It's been good enough for the two sides. Final score from the University of Ghana State.
Afei na twere ensem a ese moni dua na ba mfa na haban ensa yale na abamu. Dr. Tam da so ama oyalefo bia nya anidaso se ne yale befire ne so. Wo ebra wode nani akyerem wo Midimafo Heba Clinic. Oyalefo ba ho na ohye na ebra empa ho. Gise de wawuo ana wasie no nko na ontumi. Abubuafo enante anifrafo esna panie. Stroke, diabetes, pressure na yale enkan ni nyina aye entatia case. Wasiesie na yale sabia ho kama. Doctor se fakakra bi beje wayalesa wo Kumase abuakwa agogo. Oyalefo bia kaise udimafo ye Midimafo Heba Clinic. Dr. Time that's all.
Everybody knows 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘. And if you know 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘, it means you know 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘 Clinic. As an international journalist and actor, my health is my priority. 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘 Clinic is my pillar in terms of my health. Let's hear what others are saying about 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘 Clinic. Sister, please, let him talk to you. Who will be careful 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘?
Chese na me ankasa me period no say problems wom. Ntina ma wo ho idea ma me papa chese na nya asem ketewa. Na me coin point no mo hwe me modem no mo hwe bibia na so mo maduro me fire no ene ma won kra mienu hofro kwa na mkwan mu a eba. Ti ani je dia ba fie pa.
You heard everything yourself.
Me ma me no adwodwo eda ho a wontumi nante. Ene ne ko end point omama no nura ene ne ho eden a watimi asori anante.
That's end point for you.
Of 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘.
Hello.
Hey, ohwehwe what chair.
Okay.
A free bra would the end point what dance. I'm a choir no. Me Joseph say my name koye and person my emre nyina and na magina sabema. Na me no be fear for there. The one dey nyina jaresa.
You heard everything. I have secret. End point is my secret. End point 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘 Clinic. I'm free.
I said I need somebody. Come on. I said I need somebody. Up in the hotel lobby. Come on. We're gonna start this party.
𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘, where entertainment begins.
Prophecy time.
Abraham and Sarah, Mubanya twins. Go and buy jacket. You are going to Canada. The best aboard Waba. Master, what the card do? You go to do. Born a wow. What you need? Because of my mepa. Business is bread, school fees, chop money. Funeral bills, suppliers, in-laws, side chicks. Oh, yes, I will count. Oh, how many spiritual? For bills. Bills micro credit. You see why?
Bills micro credit.
From Mbebwa. Ati. Kona from. Next.
Everyone is running to Bills. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes with acquiring any of our loan facilities. For whoever you are and whatever you're doing, Bills has a product for you. No susu, no deposit. All you need is your Ghana card. Bills, financing your needs.
May I cry me the cat? Hello, Bills.
Away for the cross to be on of the game. Now here's an opportunity. He beats one, drifts past the next. Can he find the shot? Lovely pass. Ibrahim into the 18-yard box. Chance for the Ivorians. And look at the ease with which they get themselves out of difficulty this time. It's Angelas. Fofana. Fofana wants the return. He gets a good work by Fofana. For Ibrahim. He needs the support, pulls the ball back. We get a solo effort in the drive through. Across the face of goal, there's nobody there to connect. Benin trying.
Benin.
Into the 18-yard box, they come forward.
Trying to shove up.
Now the Ivorians have an opportunity in the 18-yard box. Oh! Dieudonné through the middle. Opportunity for the drive. Oh, goalkeeper went down first time and scored 4 marks. He's twisting his turning, he's clipped the players. It could be theirs for the taking. Goalkeeper comes out. He missed that completely. It goes in again. Oh! Searching loophole. Also will join his colleagues. Lays up the pass through the middle. Chance for La Cote d'Ivoire is there! Dosso is going solo. Nice work done by the Beninois defense. Keeping Dosso
with as many as 10.
It's a long ball forward. Dosso! Try to go through the middle. Quick turn. Oh, the idea was good, but obviously lacked the power.
The Ivorians threw at them, but it just snapped, and that was it.
Referee blows the whistle for the end of proceedings here. What a game we have witnessed. It had to take add-on time.
All right. So after 90 minutes of hostilities here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, it was Cote d'Ivoire that won by a goal to 0. It was substitute Adama Diabate who got the goal at the death for the Ivorians that you would say were the better side on the day. They stayed very, very resolute in defense, but then also in offense, they were resilient because the Beninois gave them a lot to ponder over in 90 minutes. And it was also the goalkeeper, 𝗭𝗡 who just had to save every ball that came at him until that final ball that was slotted below past him by Diabate. And it means that Cote d'Ivoire, after 2 games, have 3 points, but they are second in the group. And Ghana will have to play Benin, and that could be redemption for Benin because they would still also want to qualify to the next round of this competition. What a game we witnessed here this evening at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. It is still the live coverage of the WAFU Zone B and the 17 AFCON qualifiers, and we'll be heading straight to the press conference where we'll hear both coaches speak to us.
Défaite aujourd'hui.
Merci.
Thank you.
On est un peu déçu. On est un peu déçu quand on voit l'instant auquel on a encaissé ce but. Nous avons mis en place une stratégie, un bloc pour essayer de contenir cette équipe de la Côte d'Ivoire et essayer un peu de jouer en compte. Je peux dire qu'elle a marché, qu'elle a tenu jusque malheureusement à la 91e minute, je crois, où on fait cette petite erreur dans l'axe et on encaisse ce but. Mais au-delà de ça, je pense que c'est le coup offensif qu'on a eu à mal jouer qui me dérange un peu. Sinon, je pense que les jeunes, malgré le petit temps de préparation qu'ils ont eu, ont été bien disciplinés sur le terrain, ont été cohérents dans ce qu'on a proposé, très disciplinés. Voilà ce qu'on leur a demandé qu'ils ont fait. Mais vous savez que lorsque on est toujours dans un bloc en train de défendre, à un moment donné, forcément, il y a un maillon qui lâche. Et quand ce maillon lâche, forcément, c'est toute l'équipe qui cède. Et c'est ce qui a d'ailleurs arrivé à la 91e minute. On a de regrets, certes, mais je dis, les garçons ont été courageux, ont été vaillants, ont été vraiment disciplinés. On n'a rien à leur reprocher. Ils ont donné le meilleur d'eux-mêmes. Et pour nous, je pense que cette défaite est à la limite cruelle. C'est vrai que cette équipe de la Côte d'Ivoire a montré de très belles choses, de belles combinaisons. Mais je pense que le nul aurait été, je crois, préjudiciable, qui a été quand même heureux pour nous. Mais là, on a perdu, c'est pas grave. On va essayer de mieux récupérer pour aborder notre deuxième match.
Yes, we are a bit disappointed because we came in this game with a system of making sure we block their offensive actions and trying to take them on the counter attacks. And yes, it has worked till the 91st minute. And in such situation, like everywhere, it is a bit difficult to be able to stand till the end of the game. We wanted to go home with a draw, but at the end of the day, we couldn't get what we wanted. And I want to congratulate my boys. They did very well, irrespective of the short period of camping and training. They have been able to stand the attack of this Cote d'Ivoire team. Even though we can say that this Cote d'Ivoire team they were able to do good combination. They were very good with combination of balls. I am only disappointed in the fact that the offensive actions that we got, offensive opportunities that we got, we were not able to bury most of them. Aside that, I believe these boys did very well, and we are going to make sure that they rest well, prepare for the next game, and we can see what happens next.
Yes, at the back.
Bonsoir.
La compétition est déjà finie pour
non,
le Bénin.
Pas du tout.
Voilà. Ce que je voulais savoir, est-ce que vous croyez encore à une qualification?
Coach, I listen to you. We have the impression that Benin is giving up on the competition. Do you think that you still have a chance after this game?
Non, la compétition n'est pas terminée. Ce n'est que notre premier match. On a un deuxième match à jouer face au Ghana. Et voilà. J'ai dit ça parce que voilà, quand on voit le moment cruel auquel on prend ce but, voilà, vous pouvez comprendre quand même que les joueurs sont dans une grande déception. Nous aussi d'ailleurs, mais après ce n'est que football, il faut se remobiliser. On a 48 heures pour récupérer, préparer ce match contre le Ghana. Il nous reste encore un atout dans notre match à jouer. Il ne faut pas qu'ils croient que voilà, ils vont marcher nous dessus comme ils l'ont fait avec la Côte d'Ivoire. Et la preuve avec la Côte d'Ivoire, vous avez vu qu'on a quand même des ressources aussi à faire. Voilà. Non, ce n'est pas terminé. On va se remobiliser. On va essayer de remonter les garçons parce qu'ils sont dans un état, on va dire, un peu abattu là. C'est à nous de leur remonter et de leur dire qu'il y a un deuxième match qu'on va mieux préparer à aborder contre le Ghana. Oui, il y a toujours un coup à jouer. Donc, on n'est pas abattu. On n'est pas abattu. C'est vrai que sur le coup, les garçons sont sommés, ce qui est normal de leur jeune âge. Voilà, c'est ce qui leur arrive. Mais je pense qu'il y a encore un coup à jouer face au Ghana et on va s'y mettre à fond. On va s'y mettre à fond.
Yes, I said what I said earlier because it's because of the disappointment of today's result. when you are trying, as at 90th minute you are still in the competition, and then as 91st minute you consider such a goal, you are disappointed. But that doesn't mean that we are out. Once we still have a game to play, yes, the boys are disappointed. They are out of their. Currently they are not. They are really out. But as leaders, we will try as much as possible to raise their morale and speak to them and let them understand there's another chance to play, even though it is just short. But we are going to make sure we speak to them and make sure that they don't repeat what they did today.
Yeah.
Bonsoir.
Alors, vous avez dit que vous avez procédé par un système qui consistait à attendre derrière et procéder par contre-attaque. Mais est-ce qu'il n'y avait pas une autre manière de jouer, hein, quand on a vu un peu les moments où votre équipe s'est portée à l'avant? Est-ce qu'il n'y avait pas une autre manière de jouer et aller chercher cette équipe ivoirienne?
Coach, I'm 𝗭𝗎 from the national TV of Cote d'Ivoire. Yes, you said that you wanted to block the Ivorians' offensive attacks, play at the defense, and now try and then attack them on counter-attacks. By looking at how you could see your boys did a bit well, anytime they go up front, was there no other option than the system you played?
Je suis d'accord, mais je pense que si on avait bien joué les coups que nous avons eus, je pense qu'on ne serait pas là en train de dire ça. Nous avons une défense qui est un peu lourde, qui est un peu lente, donc on ne peut pas se permettre d'aller chercher les Ivoiriens plus haut. Vous avez vu, il n'y a pas eu de mois, ils ont marqué, on n'a quand même pas sorti, on a concédé encore beaucoup de ballons dans notre dos, donc on ne pouvait pas se permettre d'aller les chercher déjà plus haut dès le début de ce match-là, parce qu'on sait qu'au niveau de notre défense centrale, ça manque un peu plus de vitesse, donc le bloc devait être un peu mi-terrain pour qu'on puisse quand même gérer notre profondeur, donc on ne peut pas aller les chercher haut. La seule manière, l'autre manière qu'il faut, c'est aller les chercher haut, mais quand on voit qu'on va les chercher plus haut, ils mettent le ballon dans la profondeur, on aura du mal. Je pense que notre stratégie, c'est vrai qu'on a perdu, mais je pense quand même que c'est de cette manière qu'on a toujours commencé par jouer. Les préparations, c'est comme ça. Parce que lorsque physiquement et surtout derrière, vous n'avez pas de défenseur assez rapide, vous ne pouvez pas chercher à aller presser l'adversaire haut. Parce que si vous les pressez haut, ils seront obligés d'allonger le jeu. Et plus ils allongent, ça va être un duel, un contre un dans votre dos. Et si les défenseurs ne sont pas rapides, ce n'est pas évident. Et quand on voit le 9 ivoirien ou le 20 ivoirien, en termes de puissance, en termes de vitesse, je pense que si on les avait cherchés un peu plus haut, la valise aurait encore été beaucoup plus lourde pour nous. Je pense que la stratégie qu'on a adoptée était la bonne. C'est vrai qu'on a encaissé vers la fin, mais bon, alors c'est le football et que voilà, on ne pourrait pas faire mieux.
We couldn't have done better because when you look at our defense, our defense is a bit slow. And when we try to press them high, they will try and then put the ball behind the defense. And when you have a defense that is slow and it's not very fast, you end up considering a lot of goals. During all the preparation and during all our campaign, that is how we have played. This is the system that we have trained with. And again, when you look at the number 9 of Cote d'Ivoire and the number 20, they are very fast, and you look at how they press very high. If we try any other system aside the system we tried today, we would have been living here with a lot of goals.
Yeah.
Bonsoir coach.
Bonsoir Blaise.
Voilà, le match il est désormais terminé. Le Bénin n'est pas encore éliminé. Une victoire face au Ghana, est-ce que c'est possible quand on sait que même avec une victoire, le Bénin passe?
Oui, c'est possible. Coach. Ah, ok, d'accord.
National Television of Burkina Faso. Yes. Benin, RTB. A victory with Ghana gives you the possibility to go ahead and qualify in the tournament. How are you going to address the next game with Ghana?
Moi, je pense que c'est possible. Sur ce match contre la Côte d'Ivoire, je n'ai pas trop de regrets sur, disons, nos tâches défensives. J'ai plus de regrets sur les situations offensives qu'on a mal gérées. Je pense que face au Ghana, on aura encore des situations. Il va falloir être beaucoup plus juste pour essayer de marquer ce petit but qui va faire la différence. On n'est pas éliminé, on a notre tatouage contre le Ghana. C'est vrai que le Ghana a largement battu la Côte d'Ivoire, mais le football n'est pas mathématique. On a nos atouts à jouer. Si on joue mieux les coups offensifs, je pense qu'on peut les faire mal et marquer ce petit but-là. Non, on n'est pas éliminé et on a eu la possibilité quand même de se qualifier.
Yes, once we still have the possibility of winning, when we win the next game, we qualify. Yes, we are going to go all out in the next game. My disappointment again has to do with the fact that we're not able to bury our offensive opportunities. I don't really have so much problem with my defense, But my biggest challenge has to do with my attackers. When they try as much as possible to bury the chances that we have, then we are good to go. So yes, with Ghana, even as much as they have a good team, we are going to go all out and try our best.
Final question.
Hello, Coach. My name is Lukman. I work with Ghana SoccerNet. I mean, you've seen the Ghanaian team. They beat Ivory Coast by 5-1. You are coming up against a team that scores a lot of goals. And from what we saw today in your match against Benin, Ivory Coast, it was difficult for your guys to create chances. How do you approach this game? And do you think you have what it takes to beat Ghana?
Coach, je suis du Ghana. Vous avez regardé l'équipe du Ghana. L'équipe du Ghana est une équipe qui marque beaucoup. Et quand vous voyez qu'aujourd'hui, vos gars, ils ont eu beaucoup de soucis offensivement. Comment est-ce que vous voyez le match?
Le Ghana a beaucoup marqué parce que la Côte d'Ivoire ne les a pas punis dans les 10 premières minutes. Vous avez bien observé le match. Je pense que c'est à ce niveau que ça s'est joué. Si la Côte d'Ivoire était efficace dans les 10 premières minutes, le score serait déjà de 2-0 pour la Côte d'Ivoire dans les 10 premières minutes. Et ce n'est plus le même match. Et c'est ça, sur ça il faut jouer. Le Ghana, c'est une équipe offensive qui marque au tir au but, mais il y a aussi beaucoup d'espace derrière. Je pense que si on arrive à le marquer des buts, on n'aura plus le même match. Donc nous, on a nos chances et on pense qu'on va le faire contre cette équipe du Ghana.
Yes, Ghana scored a lot of goals in the game against Cote d'Ivoire because Cote d'Ivoire failed to score the two clear opportunities they got in the first 10 minutes. Yes, Ghana is scoring a lot, but there are a lot of open spaces at the back, and we are going to capitalize on that.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup, Coach.
Merci.
Bonne chance. Next match.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We're just coming back from that press conference where we spoke to, we heard from Basikiri Diabate, who is the head coach of the Ivorian under 17 side, and he gave, his assertions and what he thought about that game. It was a very, very crunch game, where they had to dig very, very deep into stoppage time to get that 1-0 win over Benin, and it was Diabate Adama who got the goal for them. At this point, you wouldn't say they've qualified outrightly to the next stage of the competition because they are second behind Ghana, who are also on 3 points, but then with an inferior goal difference after they conceded 5 on the opening day of this competition to Ghana. So that's Cote d'Ivoire. Today they had to dig very, very deep. They showed some tenacity and resilience in this game against Benin, and they managed to sail through by a 1-0 score line. Let me remind you that we are still bringing to you the live coverage of this WAFU Zone B under 17 AFCON qualifiers, and we are sponsored by 𝗭𝗎 Herbal, Endpoint Homeopathy, Techno, Stop at Nothing, Bedboro, Quick Credit, and also Max Buy. They are proud sponsors as we bring to you the live games from the University of Ghana Stadium here, where we witnessed such a huge game between Cote d'Ivoire and also Benin. So we have the Benin head coach also ready. Let's just go straight and listen to him.
On les a poussés. On savait que le Bénin allait nous poser ce problème. Il fallait être beaucoup patient. Et comme je le dis encore, notre inefficacité nous met très à mal. Aujourd'hui, nous n'avons plus notre destin en main. Et c'est la seule chose que je retiens de ce match. Pourtant, nous faisons un match plein et assez plaisant.
Yes, I feel very, very okay. We had a very complicated game, even as much as we anticipated that this is how Benin team is going to play because we are more under pressure. They are not under pressure. So we knew coming into this game that they are going to make sure that they defend very low. And we also knew that we told the boys that, yes, since they are going to defend very low, you need to be very calm in order to put the ball at the back of the net. But again, today, we got disappointed again. And our weakness, which is always the scoring, which has always been our problem even in the first game, happened today again. We had a lot of chances squandered, and it affected us today. But I want to congratulate the boys that kept believing till the last hour. We spoke to them, kept talking to them, pushing them. And we knew, because we knew that it would be played like that, and at the latter part, they might, one way or the other, get tired, and it will not continue to the end of the game. And I want to congratulate the boys for believing to the last minute.
Yes.
Coach, bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Vous disiez ici, dans cette même salle, il y a quelques jours, que les enfants ont déjoué le plan. Est-ce qu'aujourd'hui, ils ont respecté le plan de jeu, vu que c'est au bout du bout qu'il y a eu la victoire?
The last time against Ghana, you were saying that the boys didn't play according to game plan. Today, can we say that they played according to the game plan since the goal came at the last minute of the match?
Je dirais oui, ils ont respecté le plan de jeu. La seule chose qui m'a dérangé dans le match contre le Ghana, c'était l'investissement de certains joueurs et les options de jeu. Ce n'était pas ce que nous avons prévu. Et là, aujourd'hui, les garçons ont fait exactement ce que nous avons prévu. Et là, on se fait encore plomber par notre inefficacité. Vous êtes d'accord avec moi que les nombreuses occasions, je ne dis même pas, des situations que nous avons eues, auraient fini au fond du filet, on ne serait pas en train de parler de ça. Mais aujourd'hui, à la différence du match du Ghana, il y a eu de réelles intentions. Ils ont joué pour gagner. Et je pense que le football n'est pas cruel. Le football a rendu aux gamins ce qu'ils ont donné. Ils ont tout fait pour, ils ont poussé, ils ont cru, et au bout du bout, ils ont été récompensés.
Yes, I can say today they respected the game plan. Yes, even as much as, again, our weakness, which is the goal scoring, you could see today they missed a lot of chances. And if they had scored most of the chances, would have been ahead with more goals. But again, football being very fair, football gave us this victory because these boys have worked very hard. They gave so much, even in the first game. My only disappointment in the first game was most of the players were doing what they were not told to do. But today, they respected the game plan, and most of them, apart from the attackers who couldn't bury the chances, did exactly what we told them to do.
Yeah. Ok, bonsoir coach, félicitations pour la victoire. On a vu cette équipe ivoirienne a dominé de la tête des pieds cette équipe béninoise. En deuxième période, on a vu, vous avez assiégé le camp béninois. Est-ce que jusqu'à la 87e, 8e, 9e minute, le but ne venait pas? Déjà dans votre tête, qu'est-ce que vous vous dites?
Coach, yes, your boys did very well. They dominated the game. And even as they were bombarding the defense of Benin. But as a coach, as at the 87th, 88th, 89th minutes that the goal was not coming, what was going on in your head?
D'abord, merci. Et on croyait, si vous avez bien observé le match, d'abord, à la 82e minute, nous sommes passés avec 2 attaquants. Et ensuite, à la 87e minute, nous sommes passés avec 3 attaquants. Et c'est là, sur ces options de jeu, ces décisions tactiques prises, on savait qu'à n'importe quel moment, on pouvait scorer. Et nous nous sommes dit qu'il fallait se donner plus de chance avec plus de supériorité au niveau de notre ligne d'attaque. Et c'est ce que nous avons fait. Et je pense que ces choix ont payé. Nous sommes un peu déçus du score. À la 94e, on pouvait même mettre un deuxième. Le 9 aurait été un peu plus lucide. Poursuivre son action, je pense que notre choix tactique aurait pu être plus payant. Mais il faut noter que déjà nous sommes satisfaits parce que le 11 qui marque le but faisait justement de ces attaquants qui venaient de rentrer pour aller créer ce surnombre et faire la différence.
Yes, if you watch the game very well, you notice that we were still believing actually. We didn't never give up. If you watch the game very well, you notice that at the 82nd minute, we moved from first 1 striker to 2 strikers. And at 84th minute, we added another striker, which is we're attacking with 3 strikers. And finally, it gave us the result that we wanted. If we had, even at the 94th minute, where the number 9 got that clear chance, if he had gone ahead with the situation, it could have been another goal for us. But again, we are satisfied with the result because the system or the formation, the change of formation gave us the result, and we are okay.
Last 2 questions.
Yes, gentlemen, and then you. Then we finish. Yeah.
3 days ago, when you lost to Ghana, you said, perhaps the crowd also played a role putting much pressure on your boys. Today we saw less crowd, and you've won. Do you still think that made a change? Did the absence of large crowd really help you to win this game?
La dernière fois, vous avez parlé de la pression, déjà même avec les supporters qui étaient là. Et aujourd'hui, il n'y avait pas de pression, il n'y avait pas beaucoup de supporters. Est-ce que vous pouvez dire que ça a aussi joué sur les enfants? Comme il n'y avait pas de supporters, beaucoup de...
C'est peut-être possible. Je dirais que, vous savez, les enfants, ils s'adaptent. C'était le match inaugural face au pays organisateur. Ça a beaucoup joué. Là, ils étaient un peu plus libérés. On les a sentis. Et je pense que cette pression-là, ils ont mieux digéré sur ce match par rapport au premier match. Et ça a été un des facteurs déterminants.
Oh yes, of course, it's very possible. And but again, you know, the boys, they adapt to situations, and that was their first game in the tournament, being played against the host nation. So again, it was very possible that they are kids also. So it was very possible it's going to play a factor. But now, I mean, they are now relaxed. They are no more under pressure, and we try to speak to them. And they are trying to adapt to the situation coming into now. This is their second game of the tournament. They are no more new in the tournament, and they seem to be old boys in the tournament. So they are relaxed.
Alors, coach Henri Joël-Bois, RTI, Télévision Nationale Côte d'Ivoire. Alors, coach, on se retrouve carrément dans la même histoire que la CAN en Côte d'Ivoire, où, avec beaucoup de difficultés, l'équipe s'est qualifiée et puis a remporté. Là, on est presque dans la même physionomie. On n'a plus notre destin entre les mains. Est-ce qu'aujourd'hui, s'il y a qualification, on peut espérer un destin des seniors avec ces enfants de 17 ans?
Coach, we happen to be in the same situation with the senior players where they won only one game in the group stage, and they had to wait for Morocco to beat Zambia before they qualified and went ahead to win the tournament. Again, we are saying ourselves in the same situation where Cote d'Ivoire, even as much as we've won, we have to make sure or pray that Ghana beats Benin. Can we believe, or can we still say that in the case it happened and Cote d'Ivoire qualifies out of the group stage, can the supporters back at home still have that kind of faith that these boys will repeat what the seniors did?
Merci. Ben, si cette similitude peut nous conduire à la porte des demi-finales, je suis preneur tout de suite. Aujourd'hui, nous avons gagné, mais nous n'avons pas notre destin en main. On va s'asseoir, faire 3 jours jusqu'au mardi, sur le coup de 18h, attendre le résultat Ghana-Bénin avant de savoir notre sort. Je dirais oui, il y a beaucoup de similitudes et je suis preneur. Ça, je dis tout de suite. Le même destin, je signe tout de suite et espérer avoir également le même sort. Voilà, après, tout est dans la main de Dieu. Nous allons prier pour et nous sommes. Je pense que le football, il est ce qu'il est avec ses incertitudes. Mais nous prions que ce match Ghana-Bénin se joue en toute équité et en toute transparence. Et que le meilleur de ce match gagne. Après l'issue, c'est Dieu qui décide et nous attendons.
Oh yes, I think I will sign for the same destiny, and I'm in for it. Even as much as we won today, like it happened with the seniors, we have to go and sit down, wait for 3 days, wait on Tuesday 6 p.m. to know our destiny. And yes, football sometimes not being fair, sometimes being fair. We are praying that the game between Ghana and Benin will be played in all transparency. And we are hoping, and it's our prayer, that Ghana will carry the day and will qualify. And again, we are hoping to repeat what the seniors did.
Thank you very much, and bonne nuit.
Merci. Félicitations, mon frère.
right, so back from the press conference that we heard from Basiriki Diabate, who is the head coach of the Ivorian side, and he seems to be a happy man. Yes, you would be a happy man if your team just grabbed 3 points against a very, very tough opponent. But then he was just comparing their fate in the Under-17 tournament to that of the 𝗨𝟭𝟳 in the past AFCON, or just recently held AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire, where they lost, they won their first game but lost their subsequent games, and they had to maneuver their way by some, amount of luck, and then ended up with a trophy. I'm still here with my senior colleague Prince, but let me remind you that the WAFU Zone B Under-17 AFCON qualifiers is proudly brought to you by Midfield 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘, 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘, Techno, Stop at Nothing, 𝗭𝗡𝗡𝗘, Quick Credit, and also Max Buy. They are our proud sponsors as we telecast or bring to you live games from the WAFU Zone B Under-17 qualifiers here from the University of Ghana Stadium. Prince, the coach is saying that maybe what happened to the Ivorian national team during the AFCON could happen here again. Do you side with him? Maybe.
Okay. Viewers, pardon me for the little laugh, but I think that's a bit far-fetched. I mean, the senior Ivorian national team was in a class of its own.
Yeah.
And due to certain challenges and decisions that were taken, they were able to claw back some pride. These are young, talented football players who are being groomed through the mill. There obviously will be challenges in terms of losses of games. There also will be the opportunity where they would blossom and show to the best of the world what they are made of. I am thinking this way, that look, the best teams will move on from the stage to go to the next stage. And so we can only hope that the next set of matches that we are going to see across board will sell the best of African Under-17 football from West Africa to the rest of the world.
All right, so far it's been entertaining. 4 games played. We had 1 on Wednesday, 1 on Thursday, 1 yesterday, and 1 today, which means that tomorrow there'll be 2 games from Group B as well. The group that hosts Nigeria. You also have Niger, Togo, and then also Burkina Faso. This is where we draw the curtains. We've been live on Max TV, and it's been entertaining from the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. My name is Josel Kukwe. Catch you again, same time next time. Bye for now.
Afei na twere ensem a ese moni dua na ba mfa na haban ensa yale na abamu Dr. Tam da so ama oyalefo bia nya anida so se ne yale ebefire ne so wo ebra wode nani akyerem wo medimafo heba clinic oyalefo ba ho na ohye na ebra empa ho gise de wawuo ana wasie no nko na ontumi abubuafo enante anifrafo esna panie stroke, diabetes, pressure na yale enkan ni nyina aye entatia case wasiesie na yale sabia ho kama doctor se fakakra bi beje wayalesa wo kumase abuakwa agogo oyalefo bia kaise udimafo ye medimafo heba clinic Dr. Time that's
Everybody knows 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘. And if you know 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘, it means you know 𝗭𝗡 homeopathic clinic. As an international journalist and actor, my health is my priority. 𝗭𝗡 homeopathic clinic is my pillar in terms of my health. Let's hear what others are saying about 𝗭𝗡 homeopathic clinic. Sister, please, let him talk to you. Who will be careful 𝗭𝗡 one?
Chesena me ankasa me period no say problems wom ntina ma wo ho idea ma me papa chesena nya asem ketewa na me kwan point no mo hwe me modem no mo hwe bibia na so mo meduro me fae no ene ma won kra mienu hofro kwa na mkwan mu a eba ti ani je dia ba fie pa.
You heard everything yourself.
Me ma me no adwodwo eda ho a wontumi nante ene ne ko end point o mama nura ene ne ho eden a watimi asori anante.
That's 𝗭𝗡 for you.
Of 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘.
Hello.
Hey, ohwehwe what che?
Okay.
A free bra would the 𝗭𝗡 what dance. I me call you no. Me Johnson say my name koye and person na my emre nyina and me gina sebema. Na me no be fear for there. E ho de nyina jaresa.
You heard everything. I have secret. Point is my secret. Point homeopathic clinic. I'm free.
I said I need somebody. Come on. I said I need somebody. Up in the hotel lobby. Come on. We're gonna start this party.
𝗭𝗢𝟳𝗳, where entertainment begins.
Prophecy time.
Abraham and Sarah, Mubenya twins. Go and buy jacket. You are going to Canada. The best aboard Waba. Master, what the card do? Mungu today. Born a wow. What you need? Because of my mepa. Business is bread, school fees, chop money. Funeral bills, suppliers, in-laws, side chicks. Oh yes, I bought count. Oh how na spiritual. For bills. Bills micro credit. You see why? Bills micro credit. From Mbebwa. Ati. Kona from. Next.
Everyone is running to Bills. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes with acquiring any of our loan facilities. For whoever you are and whatever you're doing, Bills has a product for you. No susu, no deposits. All you need is your Ghana card. Bills, financing your needs.
Now cry me the cat. Hello, Bills.
It's the WAFU Zone B Under-17 Championship Accra 2024. The battle is on for the qualification to the next edition of the Total Energies Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations. The best juvenile teams